The solar eclipse on March 29, 2025, is set to be one of the most significant events of the year, indicating transformative shifts on both personal and collective levels. Occurring in Pisces, within the Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, this solar eclipse coincides with a powerful planetary alignment, including a multi-planet conjunction in Pisces. The Sun, Moon, Rahu, Venus, Mercury, and Saturn come together in this deeply spiritual and introspective sign, creating a potent energetic landscape. This phenomenon invites us to reflect on themes of spirituality, emotional healing, and the dissolution of old patterns, while also emphasizing caution and mindfulness during a period of heightened energy. It's important to highlight that these interpretations are drawn from Sidereal or Vedic Astrology, which considers a roughly 24-degree variance from the tropical Zodiac. Pisces, the sign of transcendence and universal connection, serves as the backdrop for this eclipse. Ruled by Jupiter, Pisces represents the culmination of the Zodiac's journey, offering lessons in surrender, compassion, and the transcendence of ego. Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra, where the eclipse takes place, is associated with themes of deep contemplation, inner wisdom, and the balancing of material and spiritual pursuits. This nakshatra's ruling deity, Arbanyanya, the serpent of the deep, symbolizes the untapped potential lying beneath the surface, waiting to be awakened. As the solar eclipse activates this nakshatra, it calls for introspection and the courage to face hidden truths within ourselves and our environment. The presence of Rahu in Pisces amplifies the karmic significance of this eclipse. Rahu, known for its transformative and disruptive energy, urges us to confront illusions and attachments. In Pisces, Rahu's energy may manifest as an intense desire to explore spiritual areas or seek meaning in unconventional ways. However, it also warns against escapism and the danger of becoming lost in illusions. The conjunction of Venus and Mercury with Rahu during this eclipse adds complexity, particularly in matters of relationships and communication. Venus, retrograde in Pisces, highlights unresolved emotional issues, urging reflection on past connections and the need for forgiveness and closure. Mercury, also retrograde in Pisces, emphasizes the importance of clear communication and careful decision-making during this time, as misunderstandings and confusion are more likely. Though Saturn transitions into Pisces on the same day as the eclipse, it remains combust due to its proximity to the Sun. A combust Saturn symbolizes a temporary diminishment of Saturnian qualities such as discipline, patience, and structure, which may lead to a sense of instability or lack of clarity in decision-making. However, Saturn's influence also encourages us to reassess our long-term goals and responsibilities, particularly in areas where we may feel constrained or unfulfilled. This eclipse marks the beginning of a new Saturn cycle in Pisces, inviting us to approach challenges with a sense of surrender and trust in the process. The simultaneous aspects to Virgo, where Ketu is transiting, further intensify the energetic dynamics of this eclipse. Virgo, being the opposite sign of Pisces, emphasizes practicality, discernment, and grounded action. The Pisces-Virgo axis, activated during this eclipse, calls for a balance between spiritual aspirations and earthly responsibilities. Ketu's presence in Virgo signifies a karmic release, encouraging us to let go of perfectionist tendencies and embrace the flow of life. Additional aspects from Jupiter in Taurus and Mars in Gemini to Virgo reinforce the need for adaptability, resourcefulness, and a focus on tangible results. This eclipse also carries a strong connection to the earlier lunar eclipse on March 14, 2025, in Leo. Together, these eclipses bookend a period of significant transformation, offering opportunities for both closure and new beginnings. While the lunar eclipse in Leo emphasized themes of self-expression, leadership, and personal identity, the solar eclipse in Pisces shifts the focus to collective consciousness, spiritual growth, and emotional healing. On a collective level, the solar eclipse in Pisces is likely to bring attention to issues related to water, oceans, and the environment, given Pisces' connection to the element of water. Humanitarian efforts, mental health awareness, and spiritual movements may gain momentum during this period. However, it is also a time to be vigilant about misinformation and illusions, as the Piscean energy can blur boundaries and obscure the truth. Saturn's presence in Pisces underscores the need for discipline and grounded action to address these challenges effectively. On a personal level, this eclipse encourages self-reflection and a reassessment of priorities. It is an ideal time to release emotional baggage, heal unresolved wounds, and connect with one's inner self. Practices such as meditation, journaling, and spending time in nature can be particularly beneficial in navigating the intense energies of this period. However, it is essential to approach this time with patience and caution, as the combined retrogrades of Mercury and Venus may delay progress or create temporary obstacles. Avoid making major decisions or commitments during this period, as clarity may be elusive until the eclipse energy begins to settle. Eclipses are moments of planetary alignment that reveal hidden truths and catalyze change. The solar eclipse on March 29th offers a profound opportunity to align with higher wisdom and embrace the unknown. By surrendering to the transformative energies of this eclipse, we can unlock new pathways of growth and renewal, both individually and collectively. This period is a reminder that endings often pave the way for new beginnings, and that by embracing change with an open heart, we can navigate the uncertainties of life with grace and resilience. To accurately assess the impact of these transits, it is crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign offers insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you will emotionally respond to these changes. Take into account the position of your current Mahadasha Lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current dasha period. By understanding the nuances of their astrological charts and planetary alignments, individuals can navigate the eclipse's influence more effectively and harness its transformative potential. These eclipses can also reveal hidden truths. The houses where the signs Pisces and Virgo are located in your chart will be influenced by this eclipse. If Pisces or Virgo is your ascendant, sun, or moon sign, you may feel the impact even more intensely. People going through Sun, Rahu, or Ketu dasha, or relevant planetary periods, may experience the eclipse's effects more strongly. The Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra in which the eclipse occurs also plays a role, affecting areas strongly if you have planets placed in that nakshatra. The eclipse's effects can be felt around a week before and after the event. Eclipse times can often bring challenges in various aspects of life, as discussed earlier. However, the outcomes of these events typically become evident over the next 6 months. So, if you're going through a tough time during the current eclipse season, remember that events may unfold and become clear in the following months. Each zodiac sign will experience the effects of this transit differently, depending on their individual birth charts. With this context in mind, let's dive into the predictions for each zodiac sign for this solar eclipse. For Aries, the solar eclipse occurring on March 29th in the zodiac sign of Pisces activates the 12th house, making this a significant time for introspection, spiritual growth, and profound realizations. The 12th house is associated with themes of loss, expenses, solitude, and detachment, with multiple planetary influences converging here, including the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Rahu, and Saturn. The energies are intensified, compelling you to focus inward and confront aspects of your life that may need transformation. The 12th house also represents moksha, the ultimate goal of liberation and spiritual enlightenment. This solar eclipse, combined with the retrograde motion of Venus and Mercury, emphasizes a need to release attachments and embrace a period of inner healing. Venus, your 2nd and 7th house lord, retrograding in the 12th, suggests a phase of withdrawal from relationships and material pursuits. You may find yourself reevaluating your values, financial priorities, and partnerships. This influence can bring a sense of lacking beauty or harmony in your external environment, urging you to seek solace within. The urge to escape, whether through food, consumption, or other means, might also arise, making it important to practice moderation and mindfulness. The eclipse also highlights the culmination of themes introduced by the earlier full moon lunar eclipse in Leo, which activated the 5th house of creativity, children, and romance. Emotional realizations from this period may carry forward into the solar eclipse, allowing you to close chapters that no longer serve your highest good. The Sun, your 5th house lord, placed in the 12th, underscores creative or romantic endings that could lead to spiritual awakenings. You might feel drawn to solitude or inspired to complete a long-term creative project. However, disruptions to confidence and sleep patterns could also surface, making it essential to prioritize rest and self-care. Mercury, your 3rd and 6th house lord, retrograding in the 12th, may create confusion and a lack of courage. Challenges with communication, secret enemies, or hidden issues could emerge. It's a time to tread cautiously in matters of health and routine, as the 6th house, a key area aspect by this eclipse, is heavily aspect. With Ketu transiting your 6th house in Virgo, along with aspects from Jupiter and Mars, you are advised to remain vigilant about your health. This period might bring unexpected health concerns, making it an opportune time to schedule general wellness checkups and address any lingering issues. The aspect of the 12th house planets on the 6th house also calls attention to debts, enemies, and daily work routines. Avoid taking major financial risks or loans during this time, as the potential for loss is heightened. Be cautious of hidden enemies or individuals who may not have your best interests at heart. This is not the time for confrontation or disputes, but rather for maintaining a low profile and focusing on personal growth. Saturn, the 10th and 11th house lord, also transiting the 12th house, marks the end of a professional or financial cycle. This influence suggests a strong pull toward charitable deeds and social service. However, as Saturn is combust during the eclipse, its ability to provide stability and structure may be weakened. Rahu's presence in Pisces further complicates Saturn's energies, potentially leading to boundary violations or confusion in professional matters. Be mindful of adhering to rules and regulations, particularly in foreign or unfamiliar settings, as Rahu's influence can lead to unintentional transgressions. The intense planetary conjunction in Pisces, a water sign, emphasizes introspection and emotional sensitivity. This period may feel isolating, but it also offers an opportunity for profound spiritual awakening. The eclipse can act as a catalyst for releasing fears, phobias, and subconscious patterns that no longer serve you. Keeping a dream journal during this time may provide valuable insights, as your subconscious mind becomes more active and intuitive. Mars, your chart ruler, transiting the 4th house from April 3rd, adds to the likelihood of changes in residence or domestic life. You may feel a strong desire to move or make significant changes to your living environment. However, with the eclipse energies at play, any major decisions should be approached with caution and thorough consideration. The activation of the 6th and 12th houses also highlights the themes of service, health, and daily routines. Reflect on how you can modify your habits to create a more balanced and holistic lifestyle. Connecting with nature and engaging in light physical activities can further enhance your well-being. On a spiritual level, this eclipse offers a chance to deepen your spiritual practice and connect with higher areas of consciousness. Consider dedicating time to charitable work or supporting social causes, as these activities align with the higher purpose of the 12th house. Letting go of ego-driven pursuits and embracing a spirit of surrender can lead to profound growth and fulfillment. This period may also involve revisiting unresolved relationship issues, particularly those tied to past experiences. Venus retrograde in the 12th house encourages you to seek closure and move forward with a renewed sense of clarity. Allow yourself the space to heal from past wounds and embrace a more compassionate outlook toward yourself and others. As the eclipse energies unfold, be mindful of the potential for emotional burnout. The combination of introspection, heightened sensitivity, and external challenges may feel overwhelming at times. Practicing self-compassion and setting aside time for rest and rejuvenation will help you navigate this transformative phase. Overall, this solar eclipse in Pisces presents a unique opportunity for Aries individuals to release old patterns, embrace spiritual growth, and align with their higher purpose. By focusing on inner healing, mindfulness, and service to others, you can harness the transformative energies of this eclipse to create lasting positive change in your life. For Taurus, the solar eclipse on March 29th, occurring in the zodiac sign of Pisces, is a transformative and dynamic event. This eclipse activates your 11th house, associated with gains, networks, aspirations, and elder siblings, bringing profound changes in these areas of your life. With this house rooted in wealth and material security, this period becomes important for financial advancements and redefining personal and professional goals. The conjunction of 6 planets, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury, Saturn, and Rahu, creates a powerful stellium in Pisces, enhancing the influence of this eclipse. Venus, your 1st and 6th house lord, retrograding in the 11th house, emphasizes gains through your daily work and service. This retrograde motion suggests an opportunity for self-reflection regarding your ambitions and social connections. You might find beauty and fulfillment in the repetitive routines of work and rediscover relationships through networking. This eclipse also aspects your 5th house, governed by creativity, romance, children, and speculative investments, making these themes strongly activated. The 5th house receives influences from all 9 planets, including Jupiter's 5th aspect from Taurus and Mars's 4th aspect from Gemini. This multifaceted activation underscores a need for careful navigation, especially in speculative investments, creative endeavors, and matters related to children. If your natal chart supports auspicious combinations, you could see gains from past investments. However, high-risk ventures, such as gambling, cryptocurrencies, or speculative trading, are best avoided during this period. Financially, the eclipse opens doors for multiple sources of income, including salary, business, property, or past investments. Saturn's influence brings delayed but stable gains, requiring discipline and hard work. Rahu's presence in this conjunction suggests innovation and adaptability. If you're in technology, marketing, or entrepreneurship, you'll find opportunities to think outside the box. Mercury and Venus retrograde might reconnect you with old friends, mentors, or colleagues, offering valuable insights and collaboration opportunities. However, legal matters, taxation issues, or dealings with authority figures require caution, as Rahu and Saturn's conjunction may complicate such interactions. Socially, this period marks a redefinition of your networks. You might lose old friends but gain influential new connections. The eclipse compels you to reassess your social circle, focusing on meaningful relationships that align with your aspirations. This is an excellent time for networking, particularly for career advancement. If you're seeking a job or growth in your current role, building relationships with the right people will open new opportunities. Conversely, conflicts with existing friends or colleagues might arise, requiring tact and patience. Romantically, the aspects on 5th house can bring significant shifts. For singles, a new relationship may blossom, offering a fresh and exciting connection. However, rushing into commitments is not advisable. The eclipse's pressure on Ketu in the 5th house, coupled with Mars's aspect, suggests emotional turbulence and impulsive decisions. Existing relationships may experience critical turning points, either deepening the bond or leading to separation. Open communication and mutual understanding will be essential to navigate these changes. The eclipse also influences your relationships with children. You may need to focus on nurturing and strengthening bonds with them, as misunderstandings could arise. Spending quality time together and improving communication will foster harmony. Educational pursuits or creative collaborations with your children could bring positive outcomes. Spiritually, the eclipse highlights the importance of intuition and inner guidance. With Ketu in the 5th house and the eclipse's impact on mystical Pisces, this is an ideal time for meditation and spiritual practices. Engaging in such activities will help you find clarity and balance amidst the intensity of this period. Professionally, the eclipse may lead to changes in your ambitions and career trajectory. Saturn's movement into your 11th house, conjunct with other planets, brings a focus on long-term goals and disciplined efforts. You may experience promotions, job opportunities, or shifts in your workplace dynamics. This is a period of empowerment, urging you to prioritize what truly aligns with your aspirations. Letting go of outdated goals or overwhelming workplace stress will allow you to pursue meaningful achievements. However, challenges may arise in balancing your social and professional life. Saturn and Rahu's conjunction could create friction in your networks or bring hidden enemies to light. It's important to trust only those who have consistently demonstrated loyalty and integrity. For those in public-facing fields, such as entertainment, sports, or social media, this eclipse offers the potential for fame and recognition. Collaborating with influential individuals and utilizing creative ideas will enhance your visibility and success. Emotionally, the solar eclipse represents a period of transformation. You're being pushed to redefine your desires, long-term aspirations, and social affiliations. The process might feel overwhelming, but it's necessary for growth. The eclipse encourages you to let go of what no longer serves your higher purpose and embrace new possibilities with an open heart. As the eclipse aspects your 5th house, it intensifies the impact of Ketu's presence, bringing focus to past actions and karmic patterns. This is a time to reflect on your choices, learn from past mistakes, and channel your energy toward productive and ethical endeavors. Seek guidance from mentors or spiritual teachers to navigate this period effectively. Overall, the solar eclipse in Pisces on March 29th is a pivotal event for Taurus individuals, activating your 11th and 5th houses. It brings opportunities for financial gains, career growth, and meaningful social connections. However, it also demands caution in investments, relationships, and dealings with authority figures. Embrace the transformative energy of this eclipse by focusing on self-reflection, spiritual practices, and intentional decision-making. By aligning with your intuition and inner wisdom, you'll navigate this period successfully and emerge stronger and more focused on your long-term goals. For Gemini, the solar eclipse on March 29th, occurring in the zodiac sign of Pisces, directly impacts the 10th house. This house governs career, reputation, and public life, making the eclipse an especially transformative event. The combination of planetary placements during this time creates a potent environment for significant changes in your professional life, public image, and responsibilities. The 10th house, also known as a Kendra house, is pivotal in shaping one's career and societal standing. This house embodies themes of ambition, effort, and professional achievements. During this eclipse, a rare 6-planet conjunction occurs in Pisces, involving Saturn, Rahu, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus, which accentuates this sector of your life. Saturn, the taskmaster, brings a transformative yet demanding energy, while Rahu's unpredictable nature instigates sudden and unforeseen changes. With the Sun representing confidence and authority, and Mercury influencing intellect and communication, this eclipse signals a time for deep reflection and strategic planning in your career. As Venus, the ruler of your 12th and 5th houses, joins this alignment, it introduces creative energy into your professional sphere but also potential instability. Venus's retrograde motion may bring opportunities to revisit past professional decisions or rekindle old connections. While Mercury is traditionally debilitated in Pisces, its retrograde motion paradoxically strengthens its influence, allowing for profound introspection and critical reassessment of your goals. You may find yourself revisiting old projects or career paths, gaining a renewed perspective that enables better decision-making. However, the retrograde also amplifies indecisiveness and emotional involvement in professional matters, necessitating a balanced approach to avoid hasty or emotionally driven choices. Saturn's presence in the 10th house adds a layer of responsibility and discipline. Its conjunction with Rahu brings contrasting energies: Saturn's structured, slow-moving influence versus Rahu's disruptive, fast-paced nature. This alignment can result in a feeling of being pulled in different directions, creating challenges in maintaining focus and clarity. For those undergoing favorable dasha periods, Saturn's influence could bring long-term professional growth and stability, albeit through perseverance and hard work. Conversely, those with challenging planetary periods may encounter delays, obstacles, or increased workload without immediate recognition or reward. The aspect of this planetary alignment on the 4th house of home and personal life highlights a potential imbalance. The 4th house, where Ketu transits, becomes a focal point for detachment and introspection. This dynamic indicates that while your career demands your full attention, your personal life, particularly your emotional well-being and family matters, might take a backseat. For some, this may manifest as neglecting home responsibilities due to increased professional commitments. It's important to maintain equilibrium by setting aside time for self-care and nurturing relationships. The presence of Ketu in the 4th house, coupled with the eclipse's aspect, suggests that major property-related decisions, such as buying or selling real estate, should be deferred. Ketu's influence, along with the challenging aspects from Mars and other planets, creates an environment of uncertainty and potential financial losses in such matters. Similarly, it's advisable to postpone purchasing luxury items or initiating significant home improvements until the planetary energies stabilize. The impact on your mental and emotional state during this period cannot be overlooked. The pressure from work, coupled with the intense energy of the eclipse, may lead to heightened stress levels. This period also emphasizes the importance of ethical behavior and moral decision-making in your career, as any shortcuts or unethical actions could result in significant repercussions. For students and those in academia, this eclipse period holds both promise and caution. The activation of the 10th and 4th houses highlights academic progress, particularly for those pursuing higher education. However, the retrograde motions and intense planetary energies require diligence and integrity, as any lapses in ethical conduct, such as cheating, could have long-lasting consequences. Staying disciplined and focused will be key to making the most of this period. One of the standout themes of the solar eclipse is its potential for dramatic career transformations. For individuals working in foreign lands or industries tied to travel and communication, the planetary alignments suggest opportunities for growth and advancement. Those seeking new employment or career shifts should focus on roles that involve travel or are located far from their current base, as these opportunities are more likely to bear fruit. However, for those experiencing challenging planetary periods, this time may feel tumultuous, with delays or setbacks in professional matters. In such cases, maintaining patience and focusing on long-term goals will be essential. The eclipse also underscores the importance of maintaining harmony in familial relationships, particularly with parental figures. The intense energy of the planetary conjunction may bring unresolved issues to the forefront, providing an opportunity for healing and reconciliation. For some, this may involve meaningful conversations with a father figure or elder, fostering mutual understanding and support. Strengthening these relationships can provide emotional stability amidst the professional upheavals of this period. Pisces' watery, intuitive energy encourages you to connect with your inner self and explore the deeper meaning of your professional and personal choices. This period invites you to reflect on how your career aligns with your values and aspirations, urging you to pursue paths that bring fulfillment rather than mere material success. Spiritual practices, such as meditation or journaling, can help you gain clarity and direction during this transformative time. Overall, the solar eclipse in Pisces on March 29th is a significant event for Gemini individuals, activating the critical themes of career and public life through its impact on the 10th house. The conjunction of 6 planets in this house creates a dynamic and intense energy, signaling profound changes and opportunities in your professional sphere. By staying grounded and balancing your professional ambitions with personal well-being, you can navigate this transformative time successfully, laying the foundation for long-term success and fulfillment. For Cancer, the solar eclipse occurring in Pisces on March 29th marks a highly transformative period, especially as it activates the 9th house of higher wisdom, long-distance travel, and spirituality. The ninth house, being a trinal house, is intricately linked to your spiritual growth, purpose, and luck. This event is further magnified by a six-planet conjunction in Pisces, consisting of the Sun, Moon, Rahu, Saturn, Mercury, and Venus, creating a potent energy that will directly influence your fate, beliefs, and life direction. The ninth house is considered the house of destiny, and this eclipse signifies a turning point that could unlock new pathways in your spiritual and personal journey. You might feel an intense urge to seek higher knowledge, connect with a spiritual guide, or embark on a long-distance journey to gain wisdom. These experiences could provide you with clarity and purpose, helping you align with your dharma, your rightful path in life. The activation of the ninth house, combined with planetary aspects to the third house, short-distance travel, communication, and courage, creates a dynamic interplay between exploration and introspection. Venus, retrograde in the ninth house, emphasizes the role of relationships, values, and creative pursuits in your spiritual growth. You may find yourself revisiting past connections or reassessing your beliefs about love and partnership. This is a period for cultivating peace of mind through introspection and higher learning. Venus's rulership of the 11th house of gains suggests that travel could bring unexpected rewards. Be open to new experiences, as they may lead to personal and financial growth. Mercury retrograde in the ninth house introduces themes of communication and reflection. Conversations with your father, mentor, or spiritual teacher could become a source of profound insights. However, this retrograde also cautions against hasty decisions or miscommunications, especially in matters related to travel, education, and legal matters. While expenses may rise, they could be investments in your personal growth and courage. The Sun's presence in the ninth house highlights a new chapter in education, travel, or spirituality. Financial gains from foreign sources or teaching are possible, and your values may shift as you seek higher meaning in life. Saturn's transit into Pisces and its conjunction with Rahu brings a disciplined and transformative energy to your ninth house. Saturn, as the ruler of your 7th and 8th houses, emphasizes the need for hard work, resilience, and responsibility in pursuing higher learning and long-distance travel. This transit might also bring significant transformations in your relationships or legal agreements. The influence of Saturn and Rahu can blur boundaries, so it is essential to approach any new commitments or contracts with caution and clarity. This combination may also indicate the arrival of a spiritual teacher or mentor who challenges you to grow. The eclipse's impact on the third house, where Ketu resides, intensifies your need for courage and adaptability. The interplay between the ninth and third houses suggests a balance between expansion and attention to detail. You may feel inspired to take on multiple tasks or pursue diverse interests, but this can lead to overcommitment. Be mindful of your limitations and avoid neglecting important details. This period also highlights the need to resolve any lingering issues with siblings, particularly younger ones. A window of opportunity exists for reconciliation, but the potential for lasting conflicts is equally strong if disputes are not addressed constructively. The 9-planet activation of your 3rd and 9th houses highlights travel as a central theme. While the 3rd house governs short-distance travel, the 9th house signifies long-distance journeys. This alignment suggests opportunities for both types of travel, particularly for spiritual or educational purposes. If you have been considering visiting a place of worship, an ashram, or a meditation retreat, this could be a transformative time to do so. Such experiences may provide a deeper understanding of your place in the world and guide you toward a more balanced and holistic perspective. As the moon, your ruler, becomes deeply involved in this eclipse, you may feel heightened emotions and sensitivity during this time. The last week of March could be emotionally heavy, requiring you to prioritize emotional balance and self-care. Engage in practices that calm your mind, such as meditation, pranayama, or spending time in nature. Avoid overexertion and seek support from trusted loved ones when needed. This is not a time to make impulsive decisions based on emotions. Instead, take a measured and reflective approach. The eclipse's impact on students is particularly significant. The 9th house's connection to education suggests that some aspects of your academic journey may require reevaluation. You might need to let go of a course, module, or belief system that no longer serves your goals. This reorientation could ultimately lead to greater clarity and success, but it may initially feel like a setback. For businesspersons involved in foreign trade, the eclipse signals a need for strategic adjustments. Some ventures may no longer be viable, necessitating a complete overhaul of your approach to international dealings. The conjunction of Saturn and Rahu in Pisces can create disturbances in your professional life, particularly in agreements and responsibilities. You may experience changes in your reporting structure, job role, or organizational dynamics. These shifts are not necessarily negative. They may offer opportunities for growth and adaptation. However, it is important to remain vigilant and proactive in managing your professional relationships and commitments. The 3rd house's activation underscores the importance of communication. Be mindful of your words and ensure that all agreements, whether verbal or written, are clear and well documented. Miscommunications or overlooked details could lead to disputes, particularly in contracts or legal matters. The presence of K2 in Virgo further emphasizes the need for precision and caution in all forms of communication. Jupiter's fifth aspect on the third house adds a layer of optimism and learning to this dynamic period. This influence encourages you to approach challenges as opportunities for growth. Failures or setbacks may serve as valuable lessons, prompting you to reevaluate your methods and beliefs. Whether through formal education, mentorship, or personal exploration, this is a time for expanding your horizons and embracing new ways of thinking. The solar eclipse signifies a period of endings and new beginnings. It challenges you to let go of outdated beliefs, relationships, or pursuits that no longer align with your higher purpose. While this process may be uncomfortable, it ultimately paves the way for greater fulfillment and self-awareness. Embrace the transformative energy of this period, but do so with mindfulness and intention. Avoid risky ventures or impulsive decisions, especially in financial matters. Instead, focus on steady, ethical actions that align with your long-term goals. Overall, the solar eclipse in Pisces and the accompanying planetary alignments create a profound period of transformation for Cancer individuals. By balancing exploration with introspection, embracing growth through challenges, and staying grounded in your values, you can navigate this time with grace and purpose. The themes of travel, higher learning, and spiritual awakening will shape your journey, offering opportunities for personal and professional evolution. For Leo, the solar eclipse on March 29th, occurring in Pisces, profoundly impacts as it activates their 8th house, a domain associated with sudden transformations, hidden matters, and deep psychological shifts. This placement, combined with the intricate planetary conjunctions and retrogrades during this period, indicates a time of profound changes in multiple areas of life. The 8th house is traditionally associated with challenges and upheaval. It invites a journey into the unknown, offering the opportunity for deep psychological growth and spiritual awakening. However, this journey may not come without its trials, as sudden changes or hidden matters could emerge unexpectedly. These shifts can be emotionally taxing, particularly for a sign like Leo, which thrives on stability and admiration. One of the most notable planetary influences during this eclipse is Venus retrograde, which, as the lord of the 3rd and 10th houses, resides in the 8th. This placement indicates potential disruptions in career trajectories, with sudden shifts that could either open doors to creative breakthroughs or bring unexpected challenges. The retrograde motion of Venus enhances introspection, encouraging you to reevaluate your professional goals and relationships. This period is not ideal for initiating new ventures or making significant financial investments, as the instability of the 8th house could result in unforeseen losses. The full moon lunar eclipse occurred in Leo's 1st house. It illuminates personal revelations that redefine your self-perception. Hidden emotions and subconscious patterns may surface, offering a chance for emotional release and transformation. This eclipse underscores the need for self-awareness, as unaddressed issues may hinder your ability to adapt to the changes signaled by the solar eclipse. The culmination of these lunar and solar energies signifies a time of rebirth, where letting go of outdated patterns becomes essential to embracing a new identity. The Sun, as Leo's lord, holds particular significance during this eclipse. Positioned in the 8th house, it highlights major personal transformations that impact both your identity and shared resources. Health and well-being may come under scrutiny, prompting a reevaluation of your lifestyle and habits. This placement suggests a period of emotional and financial rebirth, where releasing old patterns is key to empowering your future. However, the intense energies of the 8th house may also bring challenges related to ego and self-esteem, as Leos are particularly sensitive to criticism and external validation. Mercury's retrograde in the 8th house further complicates matters, influencing communication and financial dealings. As the ruler of the 2nd and 11th houses, Mercury's position signifies gains and income through unexpected events. However, the retrograde motion warns against miscommunication and misunderstandings in financial and social interactions. This period is better suited for revisiting past opportunities and refining existing skills rather than pursuing new endeavors. The alignment of Mercury and Venus in retrograde motion emphasizes introspection, urging you to focus on internal growth rather than external achievements. Saturn's transit into Pisces at the end of March adds another layer of complexity. As the ruler of the 6th and 7th houses, Saturn's presence in the 8th house brings delayed relationships and hard-earned stability. This transit underscores the importance of patience and discipline, as the 8th house's transformative energies demand a steadfast approach to navigating its challenges. Relationships, both personal and professional, may require careful attention, as Saturn's influence can create obstacles and delays. However, The conjunction of Saturn with other planets during the eclipse offers an opportunity to build resilience and strengthen your foundation. The 6-planet conjunction in Pisces, involving Saturn, Rahu, Mercury, Venus, the Sun, and the Moon, exerts significant pressure on Leo's 8th house. This alignment directly aspects the 2nd house, where Ketu resides. The 2nd house's activation highlights themes of wealth, values, and familiar relationships. Jupiter's aspect from the 10th house and Mars' aspect further amplify the impact on the 2nd house, emphasizing the need for caution in financial dealings and investments. The volatile nature of the 8th house, combined with the collective planetary energy, warns against speculative ventures and high-risk activities. For those engaged in the stock market or cryptocurrency, this period could bring significant losses if caution is not exercised. Despite the challenges, the eclipse's energy also offers opportunities for growth and healing. The intense focus on the 8th house encourages you to delve into areas such as occult sciences, deep research, and psychological exploration. Those pursuing higher education or research may experience breakthroughs during this time. The transformative energy of the 8th house can also facilitate healing in strained family relationships, providing a chance to resolve differences and rebuild connections. Engaging in introspection and self-care practices can help you navigate the emotional intensity of this period. Health remains a critical area of focus during this eclipse. The 8th house's association with sudden changes and hidden matters necessitates vigilance in addressing health concerns. Chronic issues may resurface, requiring timely attention and intervention. For some, this period could bring long-awaited relief from persistent health problems, as the transformative energy of the 8th house facilitates recovery. Taking proactive steps to maintain physical and emotional well-being is essential, as the eclipse's intensity may exacerbate stress and anxiety. Travel and mobility also warrant caution, as the planetary alignments increase the likelihood of accidents and disruptions. Rahu's mischievous energy, combined with Saturn's restrictive influence, can create obstacles in routine activities. Whether commuting or embarking on long journeys, it is important to exercise care and plan meticulously to avoid unnecessary complications. For Leos engaged in partnerships or collaborative ventures, this period may bring challenges that test the strength of your alliances. The eclipse's energy highlights imbalances and unresolved issues, urging you to address them with honesty and compassion. While the 8th house's influence may create tension, it also offers an opportunity to deepen your connections and build trust through mutual understanding. As the eclipse energy unfolds, it is important to embrace the transformative potential of the 8th house while remaining grounded and cautious. The alignment of planets in this house signifies a period of profound change that, while challenging, offers the potential for growth and renewal. By prioritizing self-awareness, maintaining discipline, and seeking support from trusted allies, you can navigate this period with resilience and emerge stronger on the other side. Overall, the solar eclipse in Pisces activates a powerful period of transformation for Leo individuals. The intense focus on the 8th house brings both challenges and opportunities, urging you to embrace change while exercising caution. By addressing underlying issues, prioritizing health and relationships, and remaining open to growth, you can harness the transformative energy of this eclipse to create a more empowered and fulfilling future. For Virgo, the solar eclipse occurring on March 29th in Pisces highlights a pivotal moment. Positioned in the 7th house, this event triggers profound shifts in themes related to relationships, partnerships, and personal connections. With a 6-planet conjunction of Saturn, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Moon, and Rahu in Pisces, the energy is intense and transformative. This configuration not only influences your 7th house but also directly impacts your 1st house, where Ketu resides, while receiving additional aspects from Jupiter and Mars. This eclipse, occurring in the Kendra house, underscores significant turning points in your life. The 7th house is inherently connected to relationships, both personal and professional, making it a period of turbulence and change. If you are single, this might be the time when a karmic partner enters your life, but the relationship may come with challenges that test your patience and judgment. For those already in a relationship or marriage, this period could bring both opportunities for growth and potential conflicts. Issues that have been simmering under the surface may now come to light, necessitating honest and constructive communication. The presence of Venus retrograde in your 7th house further amplifies the focus on values and interpersonal dynamics. As the ruler of your 9th and 2nd houses, Venus retrograde signifies a period of reassessing your values, beliefs, and how you approach relationships. Higher learning and spiritual growth may arise through the challenges posed by partnerships. You may also find yourself reevaluating your financial commitments and relationships, whether it is with a spouse or a business partner. The influence of the Sun, the ruler of your 12th house, in the 7th house indicates expenses and hidden dynamics within partnerships. This placement may reveal concealed aspects of relationships, whether they are emotional vulnerabilities or financial intricacies. Such revelations can either strengthen the bond through greater understanding or lead to endings if the foundations are weak. Confidence in relationships may waver, and this period calls for introspection and clarity. Mercury retrograde, as the lord of your 1st and 10th houses, brings a heightened focus on communication and ambition within partnerships. This retrograde period may create misunderstandings or delays in agreements. However, it also offers an opportunity to revisit and refine your approach to partnerships, ensuring better alignment with your long-term goals. Pay attention to how you articulate your needs and expectations, as clarity is essential to avoid unnecessary conflicts. Saturn, as the ruler of your 5th and 6th houses, brings discipline and structure to your relationships but may also introduce challenges. Saturn's presence in the 7th house demands patience, responsibility, and a willingness to work through obstacles. Romantic relationships may require a deeper commitment, while professional partnerships may necessitate renegotiations or restructuring to address imbalances. The intense energy of the eclipse, combined with Rahu's influence in the 7th house, can create a sense of unpredictability and restlessness. Rahu's disruptive energy may blur boundaries and create misunderstandings, particularly when combined with Saturn's disciplined nature. This conjunction demands careful navigation, as external influences or hidden agendas could interfere with your relationships or business dealings. For those involved in self-employment or entrepreneurial ventures, this period may bring opportunities for growth, but only after overcoming initial challenges. Ketu's placement in your 1st house indicates a need for self-awareness and introspection. While the 7th house activation places a strong emphasis on others, it is important not to neglect your own needs and well-being. Balance is key to maintaining harmony in relationships and avoiding burnout. Ketu's influence can also make you detached or overly critical, so strive to approach situations with empathy and understanding. Jupiter's 5th aspect from the 9th house to your 1st house adds a layer of wisdom and spiritual insight. This influence encourages you to approach challenges with a philosophical mindset, seeking growth and learning from your experiences. Mars's 4th aspect from the 10th house to your 1st house, however, introduces a degree of impulsiveness and aggression. It is vital to temper your reactions and avoid making hasty decisions, particularly in matters related to health, finances, or partnerships. The solar eclipse is also a time of endings and new beginnings. It metaphorically wipes the slate clean, creating space for new perspectives and opportunities. For some, this may manifest as the conclusion of a business partnership or the reorientation of a personal relationship. In both cases, the changes may initially feel unsettling but will ultimately pave the way for greater clarity and alignment with your life goals. For Virgo individuals, the 7th house activation extends beyond relationships to encompass contracts, agreements, and collaborations. Misunderstandings or power struggles may arise, particularly if there are unresolved issues or imbalances. This period calls for transparent communication and a willingness to find mutually beneficial solutions. Whether it is renegotiating a business contract or addressing grievances in a marriage, honesty and openness are important. Health is another area of concern during this period. The intense planetary activity in your 7th house, coupled with aspects to your 1st house, underscores the need for self-care. Avoid overexertion and prioritize wellness. Routine health checkups, stress management practices, and a balanced lifestyle can help mitigate potential issues. Avoid engaging in risky activities or making impulsive decisions that could compromise your well-being. The retrograde motion of both Mercury and Venus during this period adds complexity to the dynamics at play. Retrogrades often bring past issues to the surface, offering an opportunity to address unresolved matters. Whether it is reconnecting with an old friend, revisiting a previous project, or reflecting on past relationships, this period encourages introspection and learning from the past. However, avoid making major commitments or initiating new ventures until the retrogrades conclude, as clarity may be lacking. Overall, the solar eclipse in Pisces on March 29th is a transformative period for Virgo individuals. With the 7th house at the forefront, relationships, partnerships, and self-awareness take focus. The intense planetary activity demands patience, introspection, and a balanced approach to navigating challenges. Whether it is strengthening existing bonds, embracing new opportunities, or letting go of what no longer serves you, this period offers profound growth and transformation. By approaching situations with clarity, empathy, and a willingness to adapt, you can emerge from this eclipse period with renewed purpose and direction. For Libra, the solar eclipse on March 29th, occurring in Pisces in your 6th house, will significantly activate themes related to work, health, enemies, and debts. As a Libra native, the events surrounding this eclipse will demand attention to your daily routines, health, and financial matters. The planetary conjunction of Saturn, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Moon, and Rahu in Pisces will heighten activity in this area, creating a period of intense transformation. Simultaneously, the 12th house, hosting Ketu, will be activated through multiple planetary aspects, emphasizing expenses, spirituality, and letting go of unproductive habits. Venus, your chart ruler and the lord of the 8th and 1st houses, is retrograding in the 6th house. This retrograde brings an opportunity to transform your approach to health and physical appearance. Tensions in relationships may arise, urging you to reassess partnerships and redefine boundaries. Venus retrograde may make you prone to indecisiveness and second-guessing your decisions. This period will challenge you to confront unresolved issues and take a proactive approach to self-care and conflict resolution. The eclipse's emphasis on health and daily routines makes it important to address any lingering health concerns, particularly those related to digestion and stress. Neglecting these areas could lead to complications, so preventive care is essential. You may also find this period beneficial for adopting new habits that enhance your overall well-being. This is also a favorable time for clearing debts or resolving ongoing legal issues, as the eclipse may bring a resolution to long-standing problems. However, it's equally important to avoid taking on new financial obligations, such as loans, as they could prove challenging to manage in the future. The 6th house's activation by the eclipse will likely bring a busy and demanding lifestyle. Balancing work responsibilities with personal obligations may feel overwhelming. With Mercury retrograde in this house, communication issues and misunderstandings with colleagues or authority figures may arise. You may need to revisit or redo previous work, which can be frustrating but ultimately rewarding as it ensures thoroughness and accuracy. Pay close attention to your sleep patterns, as stress and a hectic schedule may disrupt your rest, impacting your productivity. The presence of Saturn in the 6th house highlights the importance of hard work and perseverance. Saturn's influence will demand discipline in managing your routines, health, and professional commitments. While this period may bring struggles, consistent effort will yield long-term rewards. Saturn's conjunction with Rahu, however, can create disturbances in workplace dynamics, leading to changes in your job or work environment. You might encounter conflicts with colleagues or authority figures, but these challenges will ultimately help you refine your professional path. The influence of Rahu and Ketu across the 6th and 12th houses suggests a period of karmic balancing. Rahu's presence in the 6th house may expose hidden enemies or reveal unexpected obstacles. However, it also offers the potential for overcoming these challenges through strategic planning and persistence. Ketu's placement in the 12th house encourages spiritual growth, introspection, and detachment from materialistic pursuits. Financially, the 12th house activation warns against impulsive spending and high-risk investments. Expenses related to health or unexpected repairs may arise, so it's wise to budget carefully. The conjunction of multiple planets aspecting the 12th house suggests a need to let go of unproductive financial habits and focus on building a stable foundation. Avoid speculative ventures like cryptocurrency or gambling, as these could lead to significant losses during this period. This eclipse may also bring realizations regarding your social circles and long-term goals. The full moon lunar eclipse earlier in the month activated your 11th house, bringing culminations or endings in friendships or community involvement. As the solar eclipse shifts focus to the 6th house, you may need to align your daily efforts with your future aspirations. This period encourages you to evaluate your priorities and let go of pursuits or associations that no longer serve your growth. The combined impact of the planetary energies on the 6th and 12th houses highlights the importance of balance. While the 6th house emphasizes effort, routine, and responsibility, the 12th house calls for rest, reflection, and spiritual nourishment. Finding harmony between these opposing energies will be key to navigating this transformative period successfully. The presence of Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde in Pisces brings opportunities for introspection and resolution of unfinished business. You may reconnect with past relationships or revisit unresolved conflicts. Reflecting on your experiences and learning from them will pave the way for personal growth and stronger connections moving forward. Saturn's role as the ruler of your 4th and 5th houses suggests potential disruptions in property matters or creative projects. Property-related issues, such as repairs or maintenance, may demand your attention. In terms of creativity and personal expression, this period may feel restrictive, but it also offers an opportunity to refine your ideas and approaches. For those in relationships, this period could bring moments of tension or reflection. The reflective nature of Pisces, combined with Venus retrograde, urges you to reevaluate your connections and address any unresolved issues. Communication and understanding will be important in maintaining harmony and fostering growth in partnerships. Overall, the solar eclipse in Pisces marks a period of significant transformation for Libra individuals. The activation of the 6th and 12th houses highlights the need to focus on health, daily routines, financial discipline, and spiritual growth. While this period may bring challenges and demands, it also offers opportunities for personal and professional development. By embracing introspection, addressing unresolved issues, and adopting positive habits, you can navigate this eclipse cycle with resilience and clarity. Take care of your health, prioritize self-care, and remain mindful of your spending to make the most of this transformative time. For Scorpio, the solar eclipse occurring on March 29th in Pisces signifies a pivotal moment in your life. This event activates the fifth house of creativity, romance, and children, an area deeply tied to self-expression and personal fulfillment. The energy of the eclipse, combined with the rare six-planet conjunction in Pisces, marks a transformative phase where you may feel compelled to reevaluate your creative endeavors, relationships, and long-term goals. While this planetary alignment brings immense opportunities, it also demands caution and introspection. The fifth house is considered a Dharma house, representing purpose, wisdom, and the pursuit of one's passions. During this time, you may experience a surge in creative energy and inspiration, with ideas flowing freely. If you are involved in creative fields such as writing, music, painting, or performing arts, this period could indicate a breakthrough, allowing you to stand out and attract attention. However, with Venus and Mercury retrograde in the same house, it is important to review and refine your projects rather than rushing into new ventures. The retrograde motion of these planets suggests a need for introspection, revisiting past works, and making necessary adjustments to achieve success. Romantic relationships are also under the spotlight during this solar eclipse. The influence of the Sun, Moon, Venus, and Mercury in the fifth house can heighten emotional connections and bring new opportunities for love. If you are single, you may meet someone who profoundly impacts your life. For those in relationships, this is a time to deepen your bond and explore future possibilities. However, impulsive decisions regarding commitments should be avoided, as the retrograde energy can cloud judgment. Instead, take the time to communicate openly with your partner and ensure that both of you are aligned in your goals and values. The activation of the fifth house also brings attention to children and their well-being. If you are a parent, this period could be marked by increased focus on your child's education, development, and future prospects. You may feel more attuned to their needs and seek ways to support their growth. For those aspiring to become parents, this eclipse may open the door to new possibilities, but it's essential to proceed with care and ensure that all decisions are well considered. One of the most striking aspects of this solar eclipse is the powerful activation of the 11th house, directly opposite the 5th house. The 11th house governs your hopes, dreams, and social connections, and the presence of Ketu in Virgo adds a layer of complexity. The combined aspects of Saturn, Rahu, Jupiter, and Mars to the 11th house amplify its energy, making it a time of significant realizations and shifts in your aspirations. If your natal chart supports favorable planetary periods, you may see the fulfillment of long-held desires or the manifestation of your ambitions. This could involve professional achievements, financial gains, or recognition for your efforts. However, if your natal chart indicates challenging planetary periods, it is essential to exercise caution and avoid impulsive actions, particularly in speculative ventures or risky financial investments. With Mars, your first house lord, transiting the 8th house in Gemini and forming a square aspect to Ketu in the 11th house, you may feel torn between pursuing your goals and addressing unresolved emotional or financial matters. This tension can lead to moments of doubt or indecision, making it important to seek advice from trusted mentors or advisors before making significant life changes. Avoid gambling, cryptocurrency investments, or other high-risk activities, as the potential for losses is heightened during this period. The conjunction of Saturn and Rahu in the 5th house adds another layer of intensity to the eclipse's energy. Saturn's disciplined and structured approach contrasts with Rahu's unpredictable and boundary-pushing tendencies. This dynamic can create a sense of urgency to achieve your creative or romantic goals while simultaneously introducing delays or obstacles. Patience and perseverance will be your allies during this time. Focus on building a solid foundation for your aspirations, and avoid succumbing to short-term temptations or distractions. For those in the public eye or pursuing careers in media, entertainment, or sports, this solar eclipse could bring unexpected opportunities for fame and recognition. The combined influence of the Sun and Venus in the 5th house enhances your charisma and ability to captivate audiences. However, be mindful of maintaining authenticity and staying grounded amidst newfound attention. The retrograde motion of Mercury and Venus suggests that success achieved during this time may require careful navigation and a willingness to adapt to changing circumstances. The 5th house's activation also emphasizes the importance of self-expression and emotional authenticity. While the eclipse's energy may inspire you to break free from routine and explore new hobbies or interests, it is essential to balance these pursuits with practicality and self-awareness. The emotional intensity of this period, amplified by the presence of multiple planets in a water sign, may lead to heightened sensitivity and a tendency to merge deeply with the feelings of those around you. Be cautious of overextending yourself emotionally or losing sight of your own needs and boundaries. The imbalance between the heavily activated 5th house and the relatively quieter 11th house highlights the need to prioritize your personal growth and creative expression over external validation or social approval. While the 11th house's activation may tempt you to focus on networking and expanding your circle of influence, it is essential to stay true to your values and ensure that your actions align with your long-term goals. As the dispositor of the 5th house, Jupiter's transit through Taurus in the 7th house plays an important role in shaping the eclipse's outcomes. Jupiter's influence enhances your ability to form meaningful partnerships and collaborations, making this an excellent time to seek support from trusted allies or mentors. Whether in personal or professional contexts, these relationships can provide valuable insights and guidance, helping you navigate the challenges and opportunities of this transformative period. Overall, the solar eclipse in Pisces on March 29th marks a significant turning point for Scorpio individuals. The activation of the 5th and 11th houses brings a mix of opportunities and challenges, particularly in the areas of creativity, romance, and long-term aspirations. Remember to trust your intuition, seek support when needed, and approach each decision with clarity and purpose. This is a time of profound potential, and with the right mindset and actions, you can make the most of the opportunities that come your way. For Sagittarius, the solar eclipse on March 29th will occur in the Pisces zodiac sign, significantly impacting as this eclipse activates their 4th house. The 4th house represents home, family, emotional security, and inner foundations, making this a time for deep introspection and transformative changes in these areas. The conjunction of 6 astrological bodies, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury, Saturn, and Rahu, in Pisces, combined with their aspects to the 10th house, Virgo, adds layers of complexity, calling attention to both personal and professional areas. The 4th house emphasizes the need to detach from worldly comforts and seek emotional and spiritual clarity. For Sagittarius individuals, this eclipse signals a period of reevaluating what truly constitutes emotional security. You might feel the need to address unresolved issues from the past, including emotional wounds tied to family or childhood. This is an ideal time to focus on healing and letting go of old patterns that no longer serve you. Working on your heart chakra through meditation and energy work could prove especially beneficial, helping you release accumulated stress and emotional baggage. Venus, the ruler of your 6th and 11th houses, retrogrades in Pisces during this period. This retrograde brings an emphasis on hard work and the pursuit of gains as a source of peace of mind. You may find yourself drawn to beautifying your living space or investing in home improvements that enhance comfort and harmony. However, Venus retrograde motion suggests the possibility of delays or second-guessing decisions in these areas. It is essential to take a thoughtful approach and avoid impulsive actions related to property purchases or renovations. Instead, use this time to align your aspirations with your deeper emotional needs. The Sun, ruling your 9th house of higher learning and fatherly figures, occupies the 4th house during the eclipse. This alignment strengthens your connection with family, particularly with your father or father-like mentors. You might experience shifts in familial relationships or even contemplate a relocation to support your personal growth. Spiritual insights gained during this time can redefine your understanding of home and stability. For some, this may manifest as a renewed focus on higher education or a philosophical approach to resolving domestic challenges. Mercury, retrograding in Pisces and ruling your 7th and 10th houses, highlights career and partnership dynamics within the home. You may consider working from home or collaborating with a partner on business ventures during this period. However, Mercury's retrograde motion can cause miscommunications or delays in finalizing agreements, so exercise caution in professional dealings. Use this time to revisit and refine your plans rather than launching new initiatives. Reflecting on your career goals and their alignment with your personal life will pave the way for clarity and better decision-making once Mercury turns direct. Saturn's transit into Pisces, as the ruler of your 2nd and 3rd houses, adds pressure to the 4th house. You might feel the weight of responsibilities related to family or property matters. Saturn's influence can also bring boundaries or restrictions in your relationship with your mother or other maternal figures. While this transit may feel burdensome, it offers an opportunity to establish firm foundations and address long-standing issues. Saturn's disciplined energy can be channeled into creating a stable and secure environment, both physically and emotionally. The direct aspect of multiple planets to the 10th house, Virgo, intensifies the focus on career and public image. Ketu's presence in Virgo, combined with the aspects from the Pisces conjunction and Jupiter from Taurus, creates a push and pull dynamic between professional aspirations and domestic responsibilities. For those experiencing favorable planetary dashas, this period could bring sudden career advancements, promotions, or recognition. However, if your current dashas are challenging, you may encounter obstacles or dilemmas in the workplace. It's advisable to avoid making major career-related decisions, such as job changes or promotions, during this volatile time. Instead, concentrate on fulfilling your existing responsibilities and maintaining a balanced approach. The solar eclipse's activation of the fourth house also emphasizes the importance of emotional healing and inner work. You may find yourself revisiting memories and experiences that have shaped your sense of security and belonging. This introspection can be emotionally heavy, especially for Sagittarius moon individuals, but it is also a chance to release past traumas and conditioning. Pay attention to your mental and emotional health, as overthinking and stress can impact your physical well-being. The influence of Rahu and Saturn in close conjunction adds an element of unpredictability and restlessness to your domestic life. You may feel compelled to make drastic changes, such as relocating or restructuring your living situation. While these impulses can lead to growth, it is important to proceed cautiously and avoid hasty decisions. Rahu's separative nature, combined with Saturn's restrictive energy, may create feelings of isolation or detachment within your home environment. Finding a balance between independence and connection will be key to navigating this transit successfully. Mars's aspect to the 10th house further emphasizes career dynamics, suggesting potential conflicts or power struggles at work. This energy could manifest as disagreements with authority figures or increased competition among colleagues. To mitigate these challenges, focus on clear communication and diplomacy. Mars' influence may inspire you to take proactive steps in your professional life, but timing is important. Postpone significant decisions until after the eclipse's effects have stabilized. For students and those pursuing higher education, the eclipse marks a transformative period. You may experience emotional breakthroughs related to your beliefs or philosophies, paving the way for new wisdom. However, it's important to avoid unethical behavior, such as cheating on exams, as the consequences could be severe. Use this time to deepen your commitment to learning and personal growth. The health and well-being of your mother or maternal figures may require attention during this period. Ensure that they prioritize self-care and seek medical advice if necessary. The eclipse's energy can also bring awareness to your own emotional needs and familial bonds, encouraging you to strengthen these connections. This solar eclipse underscores the need for Sagittarius individuals to redefine their understanding of home, security, and success. While the period may feel overwhelming due to the concentration of planetary energy, it offers an opportunity for profound growth and transformation. By embracing patience, introspection, and a balanced approach, you can navigate this challenging yet rewarding phase with resilience and clarity. For Capricorn, the solar eclipse occurring in Pisces on March 29th will cast a transformative shadow on your third house, activating themes of courage, communication, siblings, short travels, and skill development. This event is particularly potent as it marks a confluence of energies in the third house, creating opportunities for growth, challenges to overcome, and a renewed focus on self-expression and connection. The third house represents your immediate environment, communication, and efforts. As such, this solar eclipse signals a pivotal moment for initiating new projects, especially those requiring creative writing, artistic self-expression, or public speaking. With Venus retrograde as the lord of your 5th and 10th houses, the emphasis on creativity and career alignment becomes even more pronounced. If you have been considering launching a new endeavor, such as a blog, a creative project, or even exploring new communication strategies on social media, this is an ideal time to lay the groundwork. However, approach these activities with patience and meticulous planning to avoid the retrograde pitfalls of miscommunication and impulsiveness. The presence of a 6-planet conjunction, Sun, Moon, Rahu, Venus, Mercury, and Saturn, in Pisces intensifies the third house's influence. This rare alignment directly aspects the 9th house of higher learning, spirituality, and long-distance travel, where Ketu, the south node of the moon, resides. The combined energy suggests a powerful axis activation between your 3rd and 9th houses, urging you to balance your immediate pursuits with long-term aspirations. Jupiter, currently positioned in Taurus, aspects the 9th house with its 5th aspect, further amplifying opportunities for spiritual growth, higher education, and philosophical exploration. If you have been contemplating a spiritual retreat, enrolling in an advanced course, or undertaking a significant journey, this period offers fertile ground for transformative experiences. The retrograde motion of Mercury, ruling your 6th and 9th houses, and the 3rd house highlights the need for careful communication. Misunderstandings may arise, particularly in interactions with siblings, neighbors, or colleagues. Sensitive topics might surface, requiring tact and empathy. This retrograde also supports revisiting old ideas or unfinished projects, especially those related to writing, teaching, or sharing your beliefs. Use this time to refine your message and ensure clarity in all forms of communication. Saturn, your ruling planet, anchors this conjunction with its steady and disciplined energy. As the lord of your first and second houses, Saturn's placement in the third house encourages you to cultivate resilience and determination in your endeavors. This transit is ideal for developing skills that require consistent effort, such as mastering a new language, learning technical skills, or honing your ability to negotiate and persuade. Saturn's influence also underscores the importance of disciplined speech and upholding your values in all interactions. However, the solar eclipse's energy can also bring challenges. The eclipsed sun, as the ruler of your 8th house, may introduce sudden changes in your relationships with siblings or in your daily routines. These shifts, though potentially unsettling, carry the potential for deep personal growth. Be mindful of your words and actions, particularly in written or digital communication, as the eclipse heightens the risk of misunderstandings or conflicts. Avoid heated arguments, especially on social media, and strive to resolve any existing tensions with siblings or neighbors through open and honest dialogue. Rahu's involvement in this conjunction adds an element of unpredictability and ambition. While Rahu's influence can inspire innovative thinking and bold actions, it can also blur boundaries and amplify illusions. As such, it is essential to ground your decisions in reality and avoid overextending yourself, particularly in speculative ventures or high-risk investments. Protect your resources and prioritize financial stability during this period. The eclipse's impact on your 9th house, emphasized by the planetary aspects, brings opportunities for spiritual and intellectual growth. If you have been feeling disconnected from your spiritual practices or seeking a deeper sense of purpose, this is an excellent time to reconnect with your beliefs. Engaging in meditation, studying ancient texts, or attending workshops can provide valuable insights and foster inner peace. Students pursuing higher education or research may experience significant breakthroughs, provided they remain disciplined and focused. Relationships also come under the spotlight during this eclipse. The lunar eclipse earlier in the month, which occurred in your 8th house, may have already initiated emotional shifts in shared finances, intimacy, or inherited matters. The solar eclipse builds on these themes, encouraging you to address unresolved issues and strengthen your connections. For those in committed relationships, open communication can enhance understanding and deepen your bond. Meanwhile, singles may find new romantic opportunities through digital platforms or social media, as the third house governs electronic communication. Travel and exploration are other prominent themes of this period. Short-distance trips may provide a welcome escape from routine stress, offering opportunities for relaxation and inspiration. However, exercise caution when planning long journeys, particularly if they involve unfamiliar destinations or complex logistics. Ensure thorough preparation and avoid taking unnecessary risks. The activation of the third house also supports physical activity and fitness pursuits. If you have been considering starting a new exercise routine or engaging in sports, this is an excellent time to channel the eclipse's energy into physical well-being. However, avoid extreme or dangerous activities, such as bungee jumping or rock climbing, as the eclipse energy can heighten risks. While the eclipse's effects are most pronounced around March 29th, its influence extends into the weeks before and after, offering a window for introspection and growth. To navigate this period successfully, prioritize strategic planning and avoid impulsive decisions. Keep your ambitions private and refrain from disclosing your goals to competitors or adversaries. This approach will help you maintain an edge and ensure that your efforts align with your long-term vision. Overall, the solar eclipse in Pisces on March 29th indicates a period of significant transformation for Capricorn individuals. By focusing on communication, skill development, and spiritual growth, you can harness the eclipse's energy to create meaningful progress in various aspects of your life. Embrace the opportunities for learning and connection while remaining mindful of potential challenges. With careful planning and a disciplined approach, this eclipse can mark the beginning of a rewarding new chapter in your journey. For Aquarius, the solar eclipse on March 29th in the Pisces zodiac sign holds significant implications. This event activates the second house of your chart, which governs wealth, family, speech, and values. The convergence of 6 planets, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and Rahu, in Pisces creates an intense energetic focus on this area of life. Simultaneously, the opposing 8th house, where Ketu resides, is heavily activated through planetary aspects, amplifying themes of transformation, detachment, and deep introspection. For Aquarius individuals, this house takes on a particularly nuanced meaning, as Pisces, an impressionable and emotionally rich sign, occupies this sector. The solar eclipse intensifies this influence, urging you to reassess your financial strategies and family dynamics. Pisces' mutable nature introduces a layer of fluidity and unpredictability, making it essential to remain cautious and deliberate in your decisions during this period. With Venus retrograde in the second house, your approach to luxury and comfort may undergo a reevaluation. Venus, as the lord of the 4th and 9th houses, emphasizes financial gains linked to luck and the pursuit of higher values. However, the retrograde motion suggests delays or challenges in realizing these benefits. This planetary placement also highlights the potential for sweet speech and charm, which could aid you in navigating social and familial interactions. However, it is important to exercise care in communication to avoid misunderstandings or conflicts, especially as Mercury retrograde in the same house complicates intellectual clarity and creates a risk of speculative losses. The presence of Saturn in the 2nd house underscores the importance of discipline and prudence in financial matters. Saturn, as the ruler of your 1st and the 12th house, brings both the wisdom of boundaries and the possibility of increased expenses. Rahu's conjunction with Saturn intensifies the urge to break free from conventional limitations, creating a dynamic where boundaries may feel restrictive yet necessary. This clash between Rahu and Saturn can lead to impulsive spending or risky financial behavior. Therefore, it is essential to stay grounded and avoid making hasty decisions, particularly regarding investments in real estate, luxury items, or speculative ventures such as cryptocurrency or high-risk stocks. The activation of the 8th house through multiple planetary aspects adds a layer of complexity to this period. The 8th house governs shared resources, inheritance, transformations, and hidden matters. Jupiter's 5th aspect from the 4th house brings an optimistic influence, suggesting potential growth in areas like inheritance or joint financial ventures. However, Mars's 4th aspect from the 5th house introduces a volatile energy, cautioning against impulsive actions and emphasizing the need for vigilance in financial dealings. The heightened energy in the 8th house also calls attention to health, particularly dietary habits and chronic conditions. Maintaining a balanced and nutritious diet will be vital to mitigate potential health issues. Family dynamics and relationships are also under the spotlight during this eclipse. The 2nd house represents family and inherited values, and the presence of multiple planets in this sector can bring both opportunities for connection and challenges. Extended family reunions or reconnections with long-lost relatives may occur, offering a chance for emotional healing and shared joy. However, the intense planetary energy could also lead to disagreements or conflicts, especially if financial matters or differing values come into play. Practicing patience and maintaining open, honest communication will be key to navigating these interactions successfully. The solar eclipse's influence on the 7th house, which governs partnerships, is particularly significant for Aquarius individuals. The Sun, as the ruler of the 7th house, becomes eclipsed, symbolizing a turning point in personal or business relationships. This is a period of make or break, where unresolved issues in partnerships may come to the forefront. Honest dialogue and mutual understanding will be important to navigating this time. For those in committed relationships, this could be an opportunity to realign and strengthen the bond. For others, the eclipse may bring clarity about the need for significant changes or even the end of certain partnerships. Business collaborations may also require careful evaluation, as the eclipse may reveal imbalances or misaligned goals. One of the key themes of this solar eclipse is a reevaluation of values and priorities. The 2nd house not only represents material wealth but also the inner wealth of self-worth and moral values. The Pisces as this house for Aquarius individuals underscores the importance of seeking meaning and fulfillment beyond material possessions. This period invites you to focus on creating experiences and memories that enrich your life. Investments in travel, hobbies, and quality time with loved ones may take precedence over purely materialistic pursuits. However, this emphasis on emotional and spiritual wealth should be balanced with practical considerations to ensure financial stability. The influence of Rahu in the 2nd house amplifies desires and ambitions related to wealth and security. However, Rahu's association with illusions and unconventional paths calls for discernment. Be cautious of being swayed by external influences or unrealistic expectations. Saturn's steadying presence can help counterbalance Rahu's impulsive tendencies, provided you remain disciplined and mindful of your long-term goals. This is also a time to reflect on past financial decisions and their impact on your present circumstances. Learning from these experiences can guide you in making more informed choices moving forward. The solar eclipse also emphasizes the importance of speech and communication, as the 2nd house governs how you express yourself. The combined energies of the Sun, Mercury, and Venus in this house can enhance your ability to articulate your thoughts and ideas. However, the retrograde motion of Mercury and Venus suggests the potential for miscommunication or misunderstandings. It is vital to think carefully before speaking, particularly in emotionally charged situations. Practicing mindfulness and active listening can help prevent unnecessary conflicts and foster more harmonious interactions. On a deeper level, the activation of the 2nd and 8th house axis highlights themes of transformation and renewal. The 2nd house's focus on accumulation and the 8th house's emphasis on release create a dynamic interplay between holding on and letting go. This period may prompt you to reassess what truly matters to you, whether in terms of material possessions, relationships, or personal values. Embracing this process of introspection and letting go of what no longer serves you can pave the way for growth and renewal. Overall, the solar eclipse on March 29th brings a powerful focus on wealth, family, speech, and values for Aquarius individuals. The convergence of planetary energies in the second house underscores the need for prudence, mindfulness, and balance in financial and familial matters. This is a time to reevaluate your priorities, strengthen your relationships, and align your actions with your long-term goals. While challenges and uncertainties may arise, they also present opportunities for growth and transformation. By staying grounded and approaching this period with clarity and intention, you can navigate its complexities and emerge with a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. For Pisces, the solar eclipse occurring on March 29th in the zodiac sign of Pisces brings profound transformative energy. Pisces, being a sign of deep intuition, creativity, and spirituality, is directly associated with themes of self-identity, personality, and vitality. The eclipse's placement in the first house emphasizes a period of significant personal changes, self-redefinition, and introspection. The conjunction of 6 planets, Sun, Moon, Rahu, Venus, Mercury, and Saturn, in Pisces, all aspecting the 7th house in Virgo, highlights a dynamic interplay between self and relationships. For Pisces individuals, the first house's activation brings attention to self-image, physical health, and personal goals. This is a time to reassess your identity and how you present yourself to the world. The solar eclipse acts as a reset, prompting you to shed old patterns and embrace new beginnings. With the Sun, the natural ruler of vitality, positioned in the first house and influenced by the eclipse, you may experience changes in your habits, routines, or even physical appearance. However, this period might also bring challenges related to health or stamina, urging you to prioritize self-care and maintain balance. Venus retrograde in Pisces adds an artistic and introspective layer to this transit. As the ruler of your 3rd and 8th houses, Venus signifies courage, communication, and transformation. Its retrograde motion suggests revisiting creative pursuits or exploring unresolved emotional issues. You may find that efforts to express yourself creatively or courageously take on a transformative quality, helping you uncover hidden strengths and passions. The eclipse amplifies these energies, encouraging you to confront fears and embrace change with grace. The influence of the full moon lunar eclipse earlier in the month, in your 6th house of work and health, ties into this solar eclipse's themes. Emotional realizations regarding your daily routines or workplace dynamics may have surfaced, setting the stage for significant shifts during this solar event. You might find yourself concluding a creative project or letting go of unhealthy habits. This period calls for a renewed focus on self-care, discipline, and personal empowerment. Incorporating mindfulness practices such as yoga, meditation, or spending time in nature can help ground your energy and provide clarity. Mercury retrograde in Pisces, as the ruler of your 4th and 7th houses, underscores introspection and communication. You may find yourself revisiting past relationships or reevaluating your approach to partnerships. This is an ideal time to reflect on your emotional needs and the dynamics within your relationships. While Mercury retrograde can sometimes cause misunderstandings, it also offers an opportunity to heal and strengthen bonds by fostering open and honest communication. Diplomatic interactions and thoughtful conversations can lead to deeper understanding and harmony. Saturn's presence in Pisces further intensifies this transformative period. As the ruler of your 11th and 12th houses, Saturn brings themes of gains, isolation, and long-term planning into focus. Initially, its energy may feel heavy, manifesting as struggles with self-confidence or a tendency towards self-doubt. However, Saturn's influence also encourages discipline, resilience, and spiritual growth. This is a time to confront limitations, set realistic goals, and build a strong foundation for the future. Saturn's aspect on the 7th house highlights the importance of balanced partnerships and mutual support in achieving your aspirations. The 1st house's activation is mirrored in the heightened energy of the 7th house, which governs relationships, partnerships, and public interactions. With all 9 planets influencing this axis, the dynamics of your personal and professional relationships come into sharp focus. For married individuals, this period could bring transformations in your partnership, ranging from deepening emotional bonds to resolving long-standing issues. However, if your current planetary periods or natal chart indicate challenges, this alignment could lead to conflicts or even separations. Single individuals may find opportunities for meaningful connections, but it is essential to approach new relationships with patience and caution. In the area of business and professional partnerships, the eclipse's energy can bring both opportunities and challenges. Some Pisces individuals may experience breakthroughs, such as lucrative deals or collaborations with influential contacts. Others, however, might face setbacks, including financial losses or conflicts with business partners. To navigate these challenges, it is important to exercise caution, conduct thorough research, and avoid impulsive decisions. A disciplined approach to planning and execution will help you make the most of this period's potential. Jupiter, your first house lord, plays a supportive role from the third house, aspecting the seventh house with its fifth aspect. Jupiter's influence encourages optimism, wisdom, and spiritual growth. Its energy reinforces the importance of maintaining a positive outlook and embracing ethical decision-making. For those pursuing creative or intellectual endeavors, this alignment offers inspiration and opportunities for growth. Jupiter's guidance can help you navigate challenges with grace and find solutions that align with your higher purpose. Mars' aspect from the fourth house further activates the seventh house, adding a dynamic and assertive energy to your interactions. This influence can bring passion and determination, but it also calls for mindfulness in managing conflicts or power struggles. Balancing assertiveness with empathy will be key to maintaining harmonious relationships during this period. As the solar eclipse marks the culmination of these planetary influences, it signals a time of profound transformation and new beginnings. For Pisces individuals, this is an opportunity to realign with your true self, embrace your spiritual growth, and set a course for the future. The eclipse's energy invites you to release what no longer serves you and step into your power with confidence and clarity. However, the intensity of this period can also bring anxiety or emotional turbulence. The eclipse vortex, which intensifies 2 weeks before the event, may heighten feelings of agitation or fear. It is essential to remain grounded and trust in the process of transformation. Practices such as journaling, meditation, and connecting with supportive individuals can help you navigate these emotions and find peace amidst the changes. Overall, the solar eclipse in Pisces offers a unique opportunity for self-discovery, growth, and renewal. By embracing the eclipse's transformative energy, you can create a foundation for a more authentic and fulfilling life. Remember to prioritize self-care, maintain a balanced perspective, and trust in your intuition to guide you through this powerful period of change. As we conclude this episode, please remember that these insights are based on Sidereal or Vedic Astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference from the tropical zodiac. Individual predictions may vary, as every birth chart is unique. The influence of dasha periods and natal planetary placements can shape transits differently, both positively and negatively. It's essential to consider your own birth chart when applying these general predictions to your personal circumstances. If you'd like personalized predictions or have questions about your astrological chart, feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned for more astrological updates. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful astrology content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to sharing more astrological wisdom with you in the future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining bright.